I'm going to invite the bell as we begin. Taking 3 breaths. So good morning. And she came on and she went on. So hopefully we'll get her back. Welcome to the Mindfulness Tree Meditation community as we gather today to meditate, do formal sitting meditation, walking meditation. And something that I'm going to start doing is I've been thinking about the fact that we have people from many different backgrounds as far as meditation goes. And at the end of our formal sitting meditation, I'm going to start including open awareness, silence, because we do the guided meditation, which I know especially for beginners, it's a nice way of sort of centering the mind. And but I'd like to start having some actual silence, open awareness. I'll say a few words about that in the meditation to get used to sitting in silence. So if you choose to do that at home, it doesn't feel too foreign to you. So we're going to do that. And impermanence is one of our themes for today. Everything changes. It's like someone noted that I was sitting in a different place and everything changes. And so you might want to try that sitting in a different place just to get the feeling of that. And we welcome Marion. Hi, Marion. And there are 2 Marions now. So, but we welcome you. And also, we're going to be looking at the 5 remembrances that you read about in chapter 6, which are, it's really, these are very important within the Buddhist tradition because when the Buddha, when he was Siddhartha Gautama as the prince, was kept very sheltered, but one day he was able to leave the palace and he encountered an old person, a sick person, and a corpse. And it sort of rocked his world because he had been sheltered. He didn't know about aging and illness and death. And that began his journey to awakening. And so these are the 5 remembrances are ways of being in the world. And really, it's not to be depressing, like our author said, but to realize, who of us has not been touched by aging? Anybody want to raise their hand? Who hasn't been touched by illness? And who hasn't been touched by death? And then moving on to everything that we have will one day be gone. And then finally, the only possession that we have are our actions. And so realizing that's the only thing that we have. So we're going to begin and using her meditation in the book. And so I'm going to invite the bell. And what I want you to do as you listen to the bell, notice the beginning of the sound and the ending of the sound. And that's a very good illustration of impermanence, how things change in the hearing realm. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell calls me back to my true self. And as we come to this present moment, we arrive and allow both our mind and our body to settle. welcoming ourselves home to this time, in this place. Sound of the bell as it begins and as the sound goes away is a reminder of one of the marks of the existence, which is impermanence, that everything changes. Thoughts, activities, movements arise and pass away. As all sensory information comes to us through the six sense doors, through seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, tasting, and consciousness, are constantly changing, arising, and passing away. Even in this room, the sense of hearing, we can hear the fans, the creaking of the building. These arise and pass away. Just notice how things change, even within our bodies. We might have a sensation that arises, but then it goes away. Or perhaps something that has bothered you in the past is not present here today. And it's simply the nature of impermanence. And even as we become aware of our breathing, there is impermanence here. There is an inhale, and then there is an exhale. And so often we don't pay attention at all to the breath in the body. But it is a reminder that everything changes. Even when we notice that the mind has wandered, we can come back to the breath. Again, noting the impermanence. Mind wandering may only happen for a few seconds, and then we can come back. It arises, passes away. And as we contemplate the five remembrances, these are gifts to keep us grounded in the beauty and the wonder of our lives. Perhaps to foster a deep appreciation for some things that we would rather not think about or push away, but realizing they're deeply a part of our lives. The first remembrance. I am of a nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I invite you to visualize yourself aging, becoming an elderly person, or more elderly than you are at this moment. Imagine looking into a mirror, seeing your body, your face. Instead of turning away from it or frowning, let yourself really see yourself as a person who is growing older. Embrace this version of yourself. Old age will happen to each of us. And just notice any response to this in your body and bring loving kindness and care and compassion to whatever is arising. If you'd like, you can breathe in using the Gata breathing in, growing old. Breathing out, no escape. And now the second remembrance. I am of a nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. Now I invite you to contemplate yourself in some situation in which you are dealing with illness, whether physical or psychological, when people may need to help you, take care of you. You might not be able to do things that you normally do for yourself. Let that end. That is part of life. There is no escape from ill health. Now notice any response to this in your body. And again, bring kindness and curiosity to what you might be feeling right now. Breathing in, ill health. Breathing out, no escape. The third remembrance. I am of a nature to die. There is no way to escape death. Now, picture yourself on your deathbed, the last moments of your life, taking your final breaths. Feel how you want these moments to be. Peaceful, calm, free from fear, free from cares, free from worries. Know that every time you bring up the awareness of your own death now, while you're fully alive, you nourish the seed of you being able to face your death with strength, with clarity, and with tranquility. Let yourself take in that one day you will die. One day you will take your very last breath. There is no escape from death. And notice whatever sensations may be there in response to this in your body. And bring gentleness and curiosity to what you're feeling. Breathing in, dying. Breathing out, no escape. The fourth remembrance. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of a nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. Again, visualize yourself having to be separated from what you love, people, places, possessions, and how they will change. There is no way that they will not change, and there is no way to escape being separated from them. Again, notice whatever sensations may be there in response to this in your body. bringing kindness and curiosity to what you are feeling. Breathing in all that is dear to me will change. Breathing out, no escape from being separated from those I love. Fifth remembrance. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground on which I stand. Bring awareness to the fact that when we pass away, we can't take anything with us. All we have are the consequences of our actions. And there's no escape from these consequences. Contemplate how you wish to live today and how you wish to be remembered. Breathing in, my actions are the only thing I take with me. Breathing out, there is no escape from the consequences of my actions. Now let yourself rest back, perhaps connecting with your breathing, connecting with your body as we move into a time of open awareness. Using these remembrances, if you wish, or simply following your breath and being present for yourself. And I'll be right back. If you find that your mind has wandered, you're having thoughts, just come back to your body and feel your breath. Just notice what is arising for you. So now we move to walking meditation in the sanctuary. And just keep in mind the principles that we use of finding a pathway between 10 and 15 feet and waiting for the sound of the bell before you begin. And then stopping at the end of that pathway, taking a moment, and then turning around and begin the walk back. And repeating that. And just be mindful of others in the room so that you're not crossing paths, but just find the place for yourself. And then when you hear the bell at the end, stop, take a moment, and then return to the room. And if you were wondering where I went when I disappeared, I had forgotten to turn on the lights in the sanctuary, and I didn't want to go running to do that. So if you were curious, I may have told you where I went. So.